Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second down, Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team. In terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And this one is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
They'll start the drive with Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And it's caught by Parker. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now a for Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. Caught left side to Crabtree. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Trevor Davis now to return. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
On 1st down, Drake, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They run it with Ballage. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. Sanders' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the play.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, 76 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line. Out of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick now on 2nd down. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And as a defender, if you come up with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Rodgers now to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have moved out in front.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And throw right side complete to Parker. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give them a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Drake. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Move 45. Move 45. 3.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Rodgers. He's able to hit Joshua Bellamy. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll toss it to Coleman. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 31 yards there and a first down.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Crosby puts it through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20 to 10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Oh, twisting away. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then against the...
It's caught at the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Fitzpatrick, buying time to his left. Going deep here for Stills. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. To throw is Rodgers.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He got 29 yards that time. Rodgers now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Coleman. And he'll lose gains yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Dolphins have got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The give to Drake running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run with Drake. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Fitzpatrick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he finds Stills, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Sanders is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Running, it's Drake. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. He was looking for Parker that time. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Gets this one left side to Pettis. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers now on 1st down. And left side here, it's Graham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, but you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A good pickup there, a 22. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now it's the backup Kaiser trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw on second down. Fitzpatrick, they'll set up the screen to Drake. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Airing one deep for Crabtree. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Fitzpatrick now. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Three. Force.
Fitzpatrick on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down. And now it's 2nd and long.
Force.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. In for the score. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed. Right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll lose yardage here back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Throwing is Rodgers, escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Pass incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Jumbo!
On play action. Now Rodgers. And incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Jumbo! 319!
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd down, Fitzpatrick. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? To throw, Fitzpatrick. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are pouring it on. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Kenny Clark in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? Here's Fitzpatrick. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the... '20. Following the interception, Kaiser going to throw deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. Or maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man is Grant. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the 3rd quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Here we go, 5-2. Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Nathan, on. Check. Monday. 42, Mike, 42.
Now it's the backup Bradford. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Strong right. Gotta hurry.
2nd down, Bradford. Now a hit and the ball comes out. Bradford's lost it. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big 30-yard play on third. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
319! 319! 319!
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Raekwon McMillan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
319! Jump out! Open jump!
On second down, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That goes for a gain of 31. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just look.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Rodgers. He's going to take a shot for the hit, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers continue to roll. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They're able to locate Wilson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To throw, Bradford looking deep for Crabtree. This is caught inside the 15. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Balaj powers through. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and
he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 4th touchdown on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Dolphins get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. Room here to run. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Kaiser. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Flex round. Flex round.
Again, it's Kaiser. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Bellamy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are pouring it on. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. In search of something here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Bradford getting his guys ready. To throw is Bradford. And Wilson has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Now Ballage. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Again, it's Balaj. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. On third down, Bradford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Bradford now being chased out left. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! What? Nothing! What? Nothing! Flex round! Flex round!
Kaiser here looking to throw it. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. Kaiser on first down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Grover Quinn. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Following the interception, Bradford, wide open receiver, complete. He's at the 30, past the 20, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
And they're throwing here. Kaiser toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
319!
Rodgers will try again on second down. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Kaiser yet again. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
Flex round! Flex round!
A first down throw for Kaiser. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. The Packers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Kaiser. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.